We'll hopefully touch a bit more on Prince Khalid a little bit later on, but let's go back to Al Kazim, because I just want to talk about him, because he was just such a fabulous horse to watch from here in Dubai during the summer. I mean, when you started off the campaign, he won that Tazos Gold Cup where he beat Camelot, and the rest, I suppose, is just history, isn't it?
Yeah, he's always a horse that I'm obviously going to think very highly of. I think I liked about him, he was very consistent, and he always seemed to give his running. You know, he won the Gordon Richards' prep race. He won that quite nicely, and the year before, when he got a hairline fracture of his pelvis, that was a 1.5 miles, the Jockey Club Stakes. It was a Group 2, and he completely routed the field. Really, won 4 lengths, spread eagled them completely, and unfortunately, there was a lot of Group 1 winners in that race, and you know, so it was arguably a Group 1 race really, and you know, he won so impressively. You know, couldn't wait to get him out again, and then obviously he got injured. So I think a massive, you know, the plaudits go to Mr. Charlton and his owner for being very patient and just waiting for him to come back, and they did a fantastic job with him really. And then obviously he won his prep race very well at the start of the year, and then obviously went over to Ireland to tackle, you know, the Doyle guys, and that was a good day. Al Kazim's very good that day. The ground was too quick for him, and he travelled quite sweetly, picked up well. He won very easily that day. Yeah.
What was he like to ride in a race? He appears, is he just, as you said, just a push-button ride, just sit there and away you go?
Fantastic, yeah. You could set him alight from the stalls. If he didn't jump that quick the odd time, he kind of missed the break a little bit, and you could kind of fire him up there to get a position, and then in 2 strides he'd kind of come back to you. Very relaxed horse with a great cruising speed and you know, a nice turn of foot.
And of course, the 3rd Group 1 of the year for Al Kazim was in the Coral Eclipse at Sandown, again outpointing your old rival Macadram. Slightly different circumstances there. You sadly managed to pick up a 2-day suspension, but again, it was a great victory by the horse and proved his versatility as well, didn't it, I suppose? Yeah,
definitely. He was pretty good that day as well. The race itself was kind of fairly straightforward. We were caught in a little bit of a pocket turning in, but we got a nice gap, and you know, we took a little bit of time to kind of reel Paul Hannigan in on Macadram, but he eventually got on top, and you know, he did kind of duck in, and he did impede he ended up finishing 3rd in the end, but it was just one of them things. It was actually a shame really, because it kind of took the gloss off the win a little bit, because everyone was talking about whether I should have kept the race and all the rest of it, but that was the only annoying thing about that race really.
You get a lot of grandstand jockeys who were quite quick to say, oh, you did that wrong, you did that wrong. How do you sort of cope when you read things in the press, that what people have got to say about you, and I suppose your weighing room colleagues as well?
Yes, you know, obviously does get your back up. I think Julian Muscat did an interview, did an article about that race, and you know, it was frustrating to read, because he was basically implying that I impeded the runner-up on purpose, that I pulled my horse into the rail, and it's crazy talk really. It's very frustrating when you are reading it, but you just have to put it to the back of your mind and get on with it really. You can't dwell on things.
And it's great we've got you here today, but do you find part of your job as a jockey you don't particularly enjoy all the journalists and the media side of it?
I don't know, I actually don't mind it, to be fair. I mean, you know, I'm a lot more open than someone like Ryan Moore, I suppose, who would probably tell you he doesn't enjoy speaking to the press. But yeah, I don't mind it, to be fair. I think it's all part of the game, really, I think.